Yeah. So
Yes,
very
ma'am.
yes, thank you. So first restaurant has let's say 3 stars from 50 reviews, and second restaurant has 4.7 stars with more than 5,000 reviews. Now let's make this session interactive. I would like to ask you what you will choose: first restaurant or second one? First with 3 stars from 50 reviews. Next is 4.7 stars with 5,000 reviews. What you're going to choose? You can unmute and reply. I can't see the chat box. Yes. So I guess most of us will immediately choose the second one. Why? Why we will choose the second one? Because thousand of other people seems to approve that, because it is 5,000 reviews. So you will go for the majority of the population, and that's how this simple behavior tells us something very powerful about the consumer psychology. We humans are social decision makers. I hope you all agree with me on that. So what this means, consumer decisions are not purely individual. They are shaped by family, friends, culture, communities, influencers, and even strangers on the internet. And marketers understand this extremely well. The brands understand us extremely well, what how we are getting influence, which is why marketing strategies today are built around the social influence. So I would like to give you a macro picture. When it comes to social system, there are three things in the social system. One is influencers. It can be anyone. It can be social media, Instagram influencer. It can be any of your family member being an influencer. It can be reference group, and also it can be opinion leader. We will see that in detail in our upcoming slides. So going to the next slide, can you see this two picture, A and B? So just want everyone to choose one quickly. Don't overthink, just choose any one picture out of this. Where you will go with which picture? Which is yes, anyone? So some people may go with A, some people may go with B. What could be the reason? I want to know the answer.
I would go for A.
Okay. Uh, why? What is the reason for
Well,
A?
it seems it's less crowdy, so I would be given a priority and probably I'll have a peaceful
Okay.
meal there.
Okay. So it seems similar, familiar with your choice to be in a very silent place and a calm place. That could be the reason you choose that. It could be,
Yes.
and it looks better, subtle, calm environment. And some people may go with B because it is like a popular choice. Everyone is going. There's too much of rush in B, so maybe it is everyone's choice there. That's why people have dropped in there. That's why the footfall is there. So it depends upon completely uh, how you how's your choice, and this choice are influenced not only by personal preferences, it also by social signals around us. So both are involved. Personal preferences also, some people may go with the social signals around us. So that's what about uh, so next is the social proof in action. Why we buy what others buy. So this is all about the social proof. Social proof is the idea when people are uncertain about the decision, they look at the behaviors of others to guide their own choices. In other words, we can say if many people are doing this, it is right, we should also do that. So when we shop online, we check the ratings, review, testimonials, number of purchase. You may also get influenced because of that. If you see, just now we discussed when we started the session, 20,000 reviews, 5,000 reviews, you feel much safer that than the 20 reviews. The product feel more safer, and so that's how you know the trend is. And also when it comes to the traveling or going out to restaurants, have you noticed that suddenly everyone wants to visit some cafe or some hotels or some hill station because it is trending on Instagram, right? That is also the behavior is that Let's take say some celebrities have good restaurants, like Shilpa Shetty has Bastion in Mumbai. So sudden, that reels get so trending, and everyone wants to go there. And what comes in our mind? Let's go there before it becomes too crowded. But the reality is we go there because it becomes popular. So let's move to the next slide, the agenda for the today. So first one, we will begin by understanding the social influence, which explain how people affect each other's buying decision. Second one, culture and consumption, because culture tradition shapes what people buy when they buy. Next one is reference group and family, which is among the strongest influence in our consumer decision making, the family, specifically in India. We examine digital communities because social influence has expanded drastically in the age of social media. And finally, marketing strategies through social cultural lenses, where we connect all these insights to real world marketing practices. So at the end, we are going to link the we are going to see the link between the consumer psychology, the effect of social influence, and finally the marketing strategy. So let's start with the social and cultural forces which shape the consumer decision. Here, one of the biggest myths about the consumer behavior is that people buy things purely based on individual preferences, but in reality, consumer decisions are shaped by social and cultural environment. Let's break this down. Uh, we have a social influence. Who are the influencers there? Family, friends, peer groups, reference group. For example, teenagers. Teenagers adopt fashion style that are popular within the friend circle, right? And when it comes to culture influence, it value tradition, social norms, rituals. Like in India, spending heavily when it comes to the festival like Diwali, Eid, Christmas, and also people buy gifts, clothes, decorations, sweets, electronics. Not necessarily because they suddenly need them, because of culture encourage the celebration and gifting. That's why the sudden surge of demand happens. So marketer must always consider the social and cultural environment in which the consumers are living. Let's move to the next slide. Yeah, here comes the social proof, what we already came across. We will do that more in detail further as well. People rely on rating reviews, that's a social proof. Social identity, this theory suggests the consumer often buy the brands that reflects their identity. For example, brand becomes a symbol of who they are, who they aspire to be. We will further understand in further slides about the aspiration groups and all that. Coming to the next, diffusion of innovation theory. This is also one theory. It's a nice, just like a product life cycle. Same way the curve is there in diffusion of innovations. Consent of 4 stages. We will do that detail. But here I would like to say it all starts from innovators. It ends at laggards. So it is an innovator the first one to use. Laggards are the very much last one to use. Outdated bhi ho jayega after getting the product outdated. Then that the people are known as laggards. So yes, these are the reference group influence, which people are influenced by groups and admire to belong to. We will see this theory further in detail. Yes, that's for the last reference group influencers. Consumers imitate the behavior. We'll see that ahead. Understanding the social influence. Here, consumer rarely makes a decision independently because our choice most of the time depend on social expectation. That we how people will think, how my friends will think, peer behavior, cultural norms, identity signals. So someone might buy a particular smartphone not only because of the features, but because of the brand communicates a certain social image or lifestyle, just like Apple. So, in other words, consumption is just not a just functional; it is also symbolic. These are the key social forces: culture, subculture, social class, family, reference group, opinion leader, digital community. This is the entire diagram. It's all related to each other. Each of these forces influence the consumer decisions in a different way. like family shapes the early consumption habit, like peer group shapes the lifestyle, culture shapes the rituals and traditions, digital communication amplifies the influence through technology. So all are playing their roles and all are connected in certain form in the social environment. Yeah. So here I would like to get in detail. Just now we saw the theory, just an overview of theory we saw. Let's get in detail now. When it comes to membership groups like you belong to certain art of living group, yoga group, or some kind of gym membership, Pilates membership. It's that you belong to certain member. It can be political parties. It can be that is about the being a member in group people. And when I say aspire, here you aspire to belong to that group. I want to be like such influencer. I want to be like this kind of celebrity. So I'll tell you this. Long back, like one movie was there, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. So that band, color band, was shown in that movie, and it got so famous that everybody started wearing that, and they aspire to be like a SRK because he wore that. And also some dresses like Deepika wore in the Love Ajkal. So just an example, some outfits of the celebrities, it becomes so famous, or we being an individual, when we watch that movie, we want to dress like that, we want to be like them, we want to have the lifestyle like that. So that's aspiral group. The consumer belongs to that group. And dissociative group is like avoid you avoid to buy that. So like Old Spice spray, nowadays Gen Z will not buy that because they feel that is very outdated. Parents use that kind of spray, I don't use. So that is dissociative behavior. Dissociative nowadays, like Palmolive body wash, very rarely some people use, or it is like a higher generation, Gen X or Gen Y, maybe using it, but not much. So youngsters, Gen Z will never go for that. So they, when people avoid buying that, that is a dissociative group because they feel that's outdated uh, and not matching their lifestyle. So that's it with this three groups. Let's move ahead. Coming to this sneaker, I wanted to speak on this. Like fashion trends are one of the clearest example of the social influence. Trend spreads through peer groups, celebrities, social media. How that's the very best platform. Social media, this trend is getting spread out. Like a particular style becomes popular because influential people adopt it first. It spread through communities and gradually becomes a mainstream. For example, the sneakers, the culture of the sneakers has exploded globally, just like Apple, specifically in India. Uh, After a series of five series, Apple is exploded globally in the Mumbai or in the India specifically a lot. Same way, in a way, sneakers culture exploded globally because athletes and celebrity popularized certain style. Soon, everyone wanted to wear the same designs. So that's about the fashion trends. Sneakers example. Further example, the one of the fab example is Amul, which is really resonating with our Indian culture. So I'll tell you some interesting things about the Amul. So most of us has grown up seeing the Amul advertisement, whether it's famous Amul girl or it topical ads. Beyond the humor, there is something very powerful happening in the communication. So Amul advertisement often shows family sharing the everyday moment, breakfast together, children enjoying the bread toast together, parent cooking for their kids. Now think about this for a moment. Think about the Amul. Why would a butter brand focus so much on family scene? It is because Amul understands something fundamental about the Indian society. India is largely a collective culture where family relationships are very important. Unlike Western cultures, Indian emphasize on Western cultures focus on that individualism and all. Here, Indian consumers often associate food with family bonding, togetherness, emotions sharing, traditions. So Amul is not only sharing just butter. Please note that they are not just sharing a butter, selling the butter. It is selling a feeling of warmth, nostalgia, and family connection. So emotional connection makes a brand incredible powerful. Now if I tell you about more about the Amul, so their main focus is on the family movement rather than individual achievements in his ad. That's how the Amul is designed as per the Indian culture specifically. So it is like a, we can say, in short, the Amul is, coming to the final word, if I say culture resonance. So when a brand reflects a culture values, consumer feel that brand understand that. That's what a brand wants. That you, everyone here, we all are consumer. We want a brand should understand us. They should feel us. So that's something the Amul is doing. Same with the Apple when it comes to the Western countries. I'll discuss that further. Before I go on the next slide, just wanted to know, imagine this Amul going to the foreign countries or abroad or Western culture specifically, how they will design. They will be focusing more on the slim milk. They still have a slim milk and all that, but they will be more focusing that in detail. Then they will be focusing more on organic. And as per their, that is something the way of lifestyle what Western culture follows. So it will won't be the same what they are doing in India. This one small case I wanted to share. Further, we look for the Apple as well. So how about you? What you feel about any comments before we move ahead? So this is the humor ad always they come up with. Okay. So let's go ahead with a further slide. So coming to the social identity theory. Here I give you the glimpse that we are going to go through the theory in detail. So coming to the social identity theory, this theory suggests the people define themselves based on the group they belong to. We all have different identities. Here in audience, you most of you will be the professional faculties from different colleges, professors. So various professional students, athlete, creative person, tech enthusiastic. This is the different identities for just for example we are. So the brand we choose often reflects those identities. For example, someone who sees themselves as an environment conscious, who anyone in the audience, environment conscious, you might prefer sustainable brands which are sustainable, and someone who identifies as a tech enthusiastic will prefer the cutting edge gadgets. They will be like more behind the gadgets. So brands are not just functional products, they are symbol of your identity. When consumer buy brand, they often express something about who they are, who they want to be. Yeah. And uh, and let's take, you are very pro in tech, just what I was talking about, and you have too much of knowledge. Everyone will see you when it comes to buying a mix of refrigerator, AC. Everyone will see you as an opinion leader also. So yeah, it's all starts from here, your social identity. Yeah, as I told you, we'll be discussing about one more case about the Apple community. So this is a best example of social identity, if I say, in marketing. Apple doesn't sell the technology; it sells the identity. If you observe Apple marketing carefully, you will notice the brand positioning itself around the ideas like creativity, innovation, individuality, thinking different. Apple uses themselves, yeah, creativity, forward thinking individuals. So there is a strong psychology communities among Apple users. You might have noticed the people sometimes proudly says, "I'm an Apple user." The statement is not about the technology specification; it's about the identity and belonging. So that's how the Western cultures also most of the time looks like. So the Apple is targeted targeting, the brand is that way. The brand has Apple successfully created a brand community where the users feel connected to each other through shared values. So that's about the Apple. What do you think when it comes to Apple? How does Apple sense the identity rather than a technology? Any feedback other than what I have discussed? Anyone have some a different opinion? We can go ahead. Yeah. So we shall go ahead with further. Next topic. The next topic is about the culture and consumption. Culture includes what? Values, traditional, rituals, shared belief. So this cultural element strongly influence the consumer behavior, don't you think? Consider just like, for example, your food habits. In some culture, vegetarian food is more common, while other meat consumption is more dominant. So clothing, when it comes to clothing preference, very significantly across the culture. And in India, not only India, in Asian culture, what is over the gift giving is a very central role when it comes to festivals and celebration. Wherever there is some event or festival celebration, you will see your elders giving you, your siblings giving you a gifts. Gifts giving tradition is a very significant over here, in specifically in the Asian culture. So marketers must understand cultural context while designing the products and campaign. A strategy that works in one culture may not work in another culture. So again, you need to make sure that how you're taking it. Let's take Cadbury. Cadbury in UK and Cadbury that is sold in India is different. I'll take that topic ahead when it comes to the festivals and also relate with the Cadbury. So if you see in India, specifically festival like Diwali, Eid, Christmas triggers a huge increase in consumption, specifically clothes, electronics, sweets, decoration, and gifts. Retailer and brands know this very well, and that's why you see the massive festive campaigns every year. So electronic brands launch a Diwali sale, e-commerce come with a festive discount, jewelry brands promotes wedding and some discounts, discounts by Tanishq and various jewelers with the festive collection, the new collection they launch in the during the Diwali time. So culture events create predictable pattern of consumer spending. They know that how the they predict before only that how the pattern will be when this festival comes, how the spending will be. Like always you see the Cadbury coming with a special Diwali hampers or something like a Cadbury coming with kuch meetha ho jaye. And about Diwali also they come with the various taglines to to share that, and also khushiyon wali Diwali to make you feel that yes, we know it's your happy time, it's your festival. So when it comes to sweet, prefer Cadbury. So that is something this brand try to uh, resonate with the culture, and that's how they tap the market. So they will plan the strategies and around this and the culture movements. So that is all the idea. Now coming to subculture and social class. So another important factor influence the consumer behavior is social class. Social class reference to not only your income, it's also about education, your occupation, your lifestyle. Um, that is about the social class. People prefer different social classes of often have a different consumption pattern. So people from different social classes are not only income. It is much more than that. It is about the social class is not just about the money. It is a lifestyle aspiration. So people from different social class have different consumption pattern. For example, luxury brands often target affluent consumer who values exclusivity and prestige. At the same time, you will see mass market brands focus on affordability and functionality. So consumer often buys a product that helps them to project a certain social image. We will see this in example in the next slide. See what's there on the screen. So it is one side Rolex, one is Casio watch. So let's consider a luxury brand like Rolex. Rolex watches are just not about telling time. They represent the status, success, and prestige. So owning a Rolex communicates something about person's social standing. Don't you think so? That's about the Rolex. On other hand, when you see Casio, brand like Casio, they focus more on practicality and affordability. Casio watches are often reliable, functional, and accessible to wider audience. So both brands are successful in their own way. They both brands have their own story, but they appeal to different consumers motivation. One sells status, the other sells utility. That's Casio. Let's move to the next slide. I hope it's clear till here. Any doubts? Anything you would like to ask? Or we can take a question answer at the end. Okay. So let's move to the family as a decision unit. Now coming to the family. So that's a very strongest influencers in everyone's life, the family. Many purchase decisions are not made individual alone. Yeah, it is. I'm not saying no completely, but major role is played by family when it comes to decision making, specifically high involved products, HIP, high involved products. When family buy, just like car, when family buys a car, multiple members participate in the decisions. One person may prioritize price, another may focus on safety, someone else may care about the design or comfort, someone else may care about the, we should take a big car, SUV car, because we may always plan a family holidays. So depending on that, the decision involved, the negotiation happens, and final discussion uh, is there. So this means marketers, must consider multiple decision makers within the household. Marketers should understand that what family members are trying to say, because everyone is going to play a different role in the family. One is an initiator, one can is who's going to pay money, who is a decision maker, one is a influencer. So that's about the specifically when it comes to high involved products like HIP products like car. Next, this was about the family as to all together. If I talk about the children influence, I hope you all will agree. Where if you have a kids at home, so children also significant influence over the family purchase. Think about the products like chocolate, breakfast, cereals, toys, entertainment subscription, gadgets. So these are something, children often influence the parents' choice through their request. They crave, they will have certain preference or even persuasion. So this is something called we called a word called pester power. Pester power is something kids use always. So parents may initially resist. They will be, here comes the example of the Freudian theory when we say ego, super ego. Though parents may have certain balance form, they will be buying sometimes, they may not, they will resist. Ultimately they want to give the children the final happiness, so accordingly they decide. But this is that's why many brand design advertising specifically to appeal children. So that's about the children influence. Coming to the next model, which I was telling you, which starts from innovators, which and it's complete to laggards. That's about the diffusion of innovation. We have this 5 steps specifically. Innovators are very less. Mostly, majorly, if you see early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. These are the main focal area, because innovators are someone risk takers. Let's take something new has come up, new model has come up of any brand, new headphones have come, new TV, television has come. So you are doing a trial on yourself by buying it. You are from that 2.5% audience who want to take a risk and buy that. And if it works well, you are going to obviously, you like to experiment on yourself and you will spread a word of mouth accordingly. So people who love trying something new technologies are crazy behind that. They will be an innovator and a risk taker as well. When I say early adopters are trendsetters who influence others. Trendsetter, like as soon as the products are launched, let's buy that. And that becomes a trend if it is bought in a huge audience. So that's how the early adopters. Early majority people who adopts after seeing success. So early majority will see ki how is the market share, how is the response, how many if car is launched, how many people are buying that, how many cars are on the road, how's the model. They will check the reviews just like a social proof what we did. So they will try to watch the success initially, then they will buy. Late majority are very cautious. They are so cautious, they will wait for a longer period of time, like more than 1 year or so. They will wait. They will see the proper, that the product doesn't reach to the maturity stage of product life cycle. Till then, they don't mind waiting. Till then, they don't mind waiting. That's a late majority. So both percentage are more, it's same only. So next final is Lagas. Lagas is like, when like Nokia phone, when Samsung took over the market, then also some that dabba phone what we see with that with the number pad and all that, which was not in trend anymore. Everything switched to the touch screen and Samsung took the market. The people in rurals, or we can say still people who can, who were still skeptical to use a phone, they started buying, they started their first phone from Nokia when it is out of fashion and it's too late to adopt. And yes, that's about the lagars. Then you feel it's unavoidable, we have to buy a phone, can't help it, nowadays everyone has phones. So at that particular point, those who bought very late phone, today also they are buying the phones, they will be known as the laggards, that you need to buy it. So nowadays if you see, smartphones are used by everyone, so now though everyone has a touch screen. So a touchscreen phone also has become a, the whoever is buying right now, that they are the laggards. One more case I would like to discuss on Nykaa. Let's shift a little bit focus to a very successful Indian digital brand. That's Nykaa. Nika's fascinating example of how digital communities influence the consumer behavior. When Nika started, the beauty market in India was already crowded. Many cosmetic brands existed like L'Oreal, Lakme, um, Maybelline. So, but when Nika did something very clever here, instead of simply selling the products, Nika built up beauty education and content ecosystem. So, what they created is beauty tutorials. That this how the makeup should be done. That way, that the influencers are teaching you that online on reels, influencers collaboration, skincare routine, makeup guides. So consumer were not just only buying a product here, they were learning, engaging, and participating in the beauty community. So over time, Nykaa became a trusted advisor, just not online store, but also offline. And this is powerful marketing strategy because when consumer feel part of the community, they trust the brand more. So here I just wanted to know in audience, how many of you have watched a makeup tutorials or skincare video before buying a product? Anyone? You can just unmute and say yes, no. This is what the
Yes, ma'am.
okay, great. Thank you so much. So that's something we all have done that. Most of us, not I will say all, but most of us have watched that and before buying a product. So that is exactly the habit the Nika has inculcated in us, and that's why the that behavior is what Nika is capitalizing on. So let's go to the next thing. So how do beauty influencers replace the salesperson? Overall, what do you think? They try to create that FOMO, fear of missing out. Yes, sale, Nika Pink Love Sale, or some other things. Um, yes, that's how they try to replace the salesperson. That is what Nika is all about. So in past, social influence mostly came from family, friends, neighbor. But now today, influence also comes from online reviews, Reddit discussion. Reddit, YouTube creators, Instagram influencers, and product forums. So many of the consumers now trust online reviews from stranger as much as recommendation from friends. So that's the one thing. And also Also, the quite fascinating that when you think about it, we are influenced by people who we may never met them in real life, and we are influenced by their comments and their reels and all that. So, digital communities created a shared knowledge space, I can say, shared knowledge space where people discuss about the products, share their experiences, and recommend the brands. And we are getting influenced by them, but we have never met them in our life, actually. So that's why, that's what the marketers are closely, the brands are monitoring all these conversations. They are looking that, they are observing us, that how we are functioning. So that's about the digital community. So we get influence from whom? Family, friends, neighbor. And it comes from where? How the message is reaching to us? YouTube creators, influencer, product forums, feedback, Reddit, online reviews. So that is something the story is all about the digital communities. We can run through this case very quickly because we have already done the social proof in the start of our lecture, start of our session. We had already seen the social proof, just what Zomato and Swiggy did already doing. When we open the app, the first thing they usually check is rating and reviews. Restaurant has 4.5 stars. By 1,000 of reviews, we feel more confident, comfortable. Very few reviews, we feel skeptical. And yes, that's how the social work at proof. Just wanted to tell you here one thing, that even though we don't know the reviewers personally, their collective opinions really influence our overall decisions. How many of you just wanted to know before we go to the next part, altogether fresh news part? So, what do you think? Quickly, anyone can unmute and tell me who would you trust rating or personal recommendation more? Your nearby person or the reviewers, the random people on the review?
Online reviews, ma'am.
Okay, in general, online reviews,
Hmm.
not as such your friend, family, nearby person, or it can be like overall public opinion. Great. So let's move to the, yes, this is something we should be very mindful, and we should know exactly who are the opinion leaders. So today, one video I'll be showing to you. It's a case, but converted into one video. And video is very enjoyable because of its theme. I'll tell you what exactly is all about. So one Dave Carroll, he was traveling to Chicago or something. In the flight, when he got down, that airlines, in United Airlines, he was traveling, and they broke his guitar because of mishandling and all. They didn't reply to him. He was so aggressive, so he made a YouTube video, and it got viral. And we will discuss that later. But just wanted to tell you a basic concept of opinion leader. Opinion leader is someone who advise or view influence, or their views influence the people, other public, in purchase decision. Two words for them: opinion leaders. They are full of knowledge and full of experience. So they are influence that opinion attitude. That is something they all are. So they are very expert because they are user, and they have gone through, they have a positive perception or a negative, it can be anything. So influence attitude and brand adoption, that is like a, when I say beauty creator, the top notch influencer, tech reviewers, they all are opinion leader. So it can be anyone, opinion leader, but anyone means specifically who advise, who says. So we'll discuss that in detail. I'll just switch to the video. Can you see the screen, or you want me to stop and reshare again?
Yes, ma'am. Say
Okay,
that.
you can hear, just confirm. Please see this and read the caption as well, what he's trying to say, what went wrong with Dave. I hope you can hear that. Please reply.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. So Dave Carroll is an opinion leader, and reference group is obviously YouTube, where he posted this video.
Flew United United Airlines on my way to Nebraska. The plane departed Halifax, connecting in Chicago's O'Hare. While on the ground, a passenger said from the seat behind me, "My God, they're throwing guitars out there." The band and I exchanged a look, best described as terror, at the action on the tarmac, and knowing whose projectiles these would be. So before I left Chicago, I alerted 3 employees who showed complete indifference towards me. United, United, you broke my Taylor guitar. United, United, some big help you are. You broke it, you should fix it. You're liable, just admit it. I should have flown with someone else or gone by car. 'Cause United breaks guitars. When we landed in Nebraska, I confirmed what I'd suspected. Mike Taylor had been the victim of a vicious act of malice at O'Hare. And so began a year-long saga of pass the buck, don't ask me, and I'm sorry, sir, your claim can go nowhere. So do all the airlines people from New York to New Delhi, including kind Miss Earlwig, who says the final word from them is no. I've heard all your excuses, and I've chased your wild gooses, and this attitude of yours, I say, must go. United, United, you broke my Taylor guitar. United, United, some big help you are. You broke it, you should fix it. You're liable, just admit it. I should have flown with someone else or gone by car. 'Cause United breaks guitars. I won't say that I'll never forget you, 'cause you just go and break it into 1,000 pieces, just like you broke my heart. When United breaks guitars. United, United, you broke my Taylor guitar. United, United, some big help you are. You broke it, you should fix it. You're liable, just admit it. I should have flown with someone else or gone by car. 'Cause United breaks guitars. Yeah, United breaks guitars.
So you can see the views. It is 30 million views. Am I audible? Oh, I'm so sorry. You can't see the video. I just saw your message right now. Recap, I can do it. Now you can see. Yes. I've shared the screen completely. So this quickly, I'll just run through this. think that I hope
While on the
you can see here there is 30 million views for this video. Here there's 30 million views. This is something what he was trying to spread the message. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks. Just my main aim was specifically to show you that you should hear about that what he's trying to say. There was pain in his singing in a way, because what went wrong, it is a very famous example, United Breaks guitar, because this musician Dave Carroll was traveling by this United Airlines, and during the transit they mishandled or something, guitar got broke. Till 9 months he was following up with the airlines by mailing them, no reply, nothing. So when this video, I'll share this link in the chat, you can just check it out. You can just check it out so we can go ahead. This is a link. So what he had, the frustration. So what was a defense mechanism? The aggression, which you can see in the YouTube video, that was defense mechanism in a way, as per the consumer behavior, we say that way. So when airlines refuse a compensation, after 9 months he got fed up, he followed up a lot, and then he made this song and uploaded on YouTube. So you can see millions of views are there, and this video went really viral, and Dave Carroll became opinion leader because his experience influenced many consumers. The viewers who changed their perception about the United Airlines were act as a reference group, influencing other travel choice. And also, yes, who is playing a role here? The YouTube, in a way. So influencers can include anywhere. Influencers, this reference group you can see on YouTube, Instagram creator, blogger, game, niche expert. On this video, everybody gave their opinions and all that. The bloggers, and so this what makes the influencer powerful is relatability. Many followers feel that influencers are more authentic than a celebrity. When influencers recommend product or say something just like a Dave did in his video, followers often perceive the recommendation as a genuine advice rather than advertising. So that is why this influencers, who are the opinion leaders specifically, have a very great impact on the market. So Dave Carroll's this viral video shows how consumer becomes an opinion leader and viewers form the reference group, influencing that negative attitude towards the airline. So what he was saying in video, that rather I should have gone by some other airline or taken car. So that's what his frustration was all about. Is about the opinion leader. So influencers act as a modern opinion leader nowadays. So that traditional marketing, on other hand, if you see traditional marketing, celebrities were the primary endorser. Now this is a modern marketing. Now we are shifting towards a different perspective where celebrities are not only the endorser in the story. So yes, parents also may sometimes initially resist, but but whether you are a parent, whether anyone in the audience, you really get carried away by this opinion leader. Coming to this, these are some influencers. The photo what I've put up, the example of Komal Pandey and Beer Biceps. So followers trust the recommendation, like I told you. Instagram and YouTube influencers, they really they help you to shape the lifestyle, help you to change your fashion style or something that way. They're not selling, but as in a way they are trying to you know try to groom you in such a certain form, and we all get influenced and we really get carried away by the how they follow the fashion, they follow the lifestyle. That's the power of the influencer. Coming to the word of mouth. So word of mouth, as we know, it's the oldest yet most powerful form of marketing. Word of mouth happens when when a consumer share their experience with others, recommending a good restaurant, warning a friend about the bad product, sharing the product reviews online. So that makes the word of mouth powerful. And yes, people tend to trust recommendation from peers more than advertising. So in fact, many brand grows primarily through the positive consumer conversation. So that's a very traditional old form. That's a word of mouth. Now coming to the most, I can say, sensitive part, that's about ethical. While influencer marketing is powerful, also at the same time, it raises the ethical questions. For example, what happens when influencers promote products they don't actually use it? Just like celebrities, same way. Or when the paid promotions are not clearly disclosed. Consumers might believe they are receiving the honest recommendation, but when in reality it is a paid advertising. Because of these concerns, many countries now require influencers to disclose the sponsored content. Transparency is very important. Till now it was not there. Now it is, a lot of I can say the norms are changing and countries are really requiring influencers to disclose all this sponsor content and all that. Transparency is very important to help to maintain a consumer trust, because all these fake reviews, the good reviews they are giving only for the money sake, a lot of manipulation is happening and all that. So these are the major concerns in today's time. Yeah. So if I speak about this marketing strategy to social culture lens, we analyze this how we focus on how brands connect with culture, values, social identity, communities, and shared experience. For example, brand creates a festival campaign to connect with culture tradition. Influencers collaborate, tap into peer influence. Community marketing builds a sense of belonging among the consumer. So modern marketing is not just about the selling products, it is participating in social conversation. That's how it works nowadays. You can take a picture of this if you wish to, with examples and marketing strategy. Now I would like to show you two videos. So can you please confirm? Is it audible? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, it is audible.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
So what it was all about? Yes, Apple Think Different campaign. It was emotional. It was trying to influence socially. Or it was just trying to connect. Yes, anyone in the chat box? It was what? emotional and storytelling, or just trying to connect?
In 1997, Apple released their most famous
So that was just a campaign thing different. They were trying to just put up their connect. Okay. They were trying to connect with the audience. Okay. Let's see one more ad by Amul. It's a small, not entire ad I'm going to show, the one small one. Let's just start. Yeah. I hope you all can see this. Please reply. You can unmute and reply. You can see, right? Rajivan sir, I hope you can see this.
Yes.
अब क्या थोड़ा?
अरे कुछ टूटे नहीं इसलिए सब ऊपर रख रहा हूँ। तूफान आने के पहले की तैयारी।
मैंने भी सारी तैयारी कर रखी है। 4 दिन का मेन्यू फिक्स।
अरे वो मेन्यू का सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट आइटम लाई कि नहीं?
आपने उसके खिलौने निकाल लिए?
हाँ हाँ निकाल लिए।
गाड़ी का टायर फिट नहीं किया होगा।
वो अभी हो जाएगा।
अगर नहीं किया ना तो फिर डांट आप अकेले ही खाना।
डांट तो तुम्हें पड़ेगी अगर आते ही उसे फ्रिज में उसकी
अपनी फेवरेट आइसक्रीम नहीं दिखी तो।
लो यही तो पूछ रहा था मैं।
लार मत टपकाना। तुम जानते हो उसे अपनी आइसक्रीम किसी के साथ शेयर करना अच्छा नहीं लगता।
हाँ जानता हूँ, मैं तो सिर्फ देख रहा था कि फ्लेवर कौन सा है।
चॉकलेट।
तुम्हारा फेवरेट।
उसके पापा का भी।
उसके पापा के पापा का भी।
उसके पापा के पापा की अब उम्र नहीं रही आइसक्रीम खाने की।
हाँ हम तो बस उसे खाते देखकर खुश होंगे। खाएगा वो, स्वाद हमें आएगा। सुनो, तुम्हारे लिए एक स्पून निकाल दो। तुम्हारी फेवरेट है।
ना बाबा, उसे पता चल जाएगा तो घर सर पे उठा लेगा।
सो गई क्या?
नहीं, पता नहीं नींद क्यों नहीं आ रही। कुछ चाहिए क्या आपको?
नहीं।
कहते हैं मीठा खाने से मीठी नींद आती है। चाह तो ला दूं? थोड़ी सी आइसक्रीम?
नहीं नहीं, जब से मीठा छोड़ा है इच्छा ही नहीं होती। जिसके लिए आई है वही खाए।
अच्छा चलो, गुड नाइट।
गुड नाइट। आ गया आ गया आ गया, मेरा बच्चा आ गया।
मेरे बच्चे। अरे कहाँ भागा?
Yes. So what did